Tooling the clamp. Follow the instructions in the handbook to fit the clamps with supplied arms and electrodes. Center the electrodes and respect the recommended distances. Connect the various clamps cables to the machine. Connect the compressor air supply, 6 bar, and switch on the machine. Select the desired function, steel or galvanized sheet, the material thickness, the spot welding time, recommended default time. Clean the working area and proceed with spot welding. It is important to clean the outside of the whole working area, cleaning the inside only for the first spot. Subsequent spots can also be done on part with paint or other treatments on the inside. The effectiveness of the spot will be guaranteed in any case. Optional arms. A range of arms are available as optional accessories. The pulse operation. The pulse operation improves the spot welding capacity on high-yield point sheet and on sheet with special protective film, zinc coating. Spotter functions. Optional multi-lever kit and multi-coupling heads. For extensive deformation or for repair vans and trucks, the multi-lever kit can be ordered. It has heads with 4 couplings, a magnetic base, an extension, and 6, 8, and 10 pin multi-coupling heads. The multi-lever kit will perform traction on waved wire. Optional hot squeezing lever. This accessory is used for wrapping upsetting without having to change the tool once more. Attach the hot squeezing lever to the star washer spindle. Switch on the machine and set the star washer function, the sheet thickness, the spot welding time, recommended value, default value. Perform start traction. Turn the presser lever to align it with the extractor. After setting the upsetting parameters, perform the upsetting operation. Optional pull system. This is recommended for carrying out quicker, more efficient, localized repairs, e.g. hail damage. Fit the pull system with the chosen electrode, fine or round head, and couple it with a gun. After setting the start traction parameters, proceed with the spot welding. Perform traction by operating the two levers. Then remove the electrode by twisting the accessory. Any resulting deformation can be removed by upsetting. Set the upsetting parameters and proceed with the job using the supplied electrode. The kit is also supplied with a round base. Optional Rapid Spot Kit. This is recommended for small repairs on cars and motorcycle, and it's used like a normal body hammer. Two different types of electrodes are available, thin head and medium head. Optional Maxi Extractor Kit. Fitted with multi-coupling heads. Recommended for repairing parts with high mechanical resistance. Stutter functions. Preparing base materials. Remove paint from the working area and in the earth contact zone using a sanding machine. The earth clamp should be positioned near where you intend to do the spot welding. Attaching the earth connection. Connect the earth cable terminal to the copper bar as shown. With the machine switched off, connect the cables and firmly tighten the cable's connectors. Fit the gun with a spot welding washer tool. Load the gun with a washer. Switch on the machine and set the star washer function, the sheet thickness, the spot welding time, recommended value, default value. Place the copper bar near the area being repaired and spot weld the washer. Fasten the earth bar to the washer using the supplied terminal. A perfect earth attachment will guarantee a good spot weld. An articulated clamp or the optional pointing mass can also be used to fasten down the earth. The pointing mass is recommended for brief operations at low current intensities. Connecting the pointing mass. Traction using the star washers. Attach the extractor with the corresponding star washer spindle to the gun using a universal wrench to lock it in place. Switch on the machine and set the star washer function, the sheet thickness, the spot welding time, recommended value, default value. Place the star washer on the sheet, press the button and release it at the end of the spot welding cycle. Proceed with traction using the extractor. Turn the washer on itself to remove it from the sheet. Repeat the traction operation depending on the size of the repair. Traction with studs or washers. Fit the gun with the appropriate tool holder and tool, stud or washer. Switch on the machine and set the stud or washer function, the sheet thickness, the spot welding time, recommended value, default value. Place the stud or washer on the sheet, press the button and release it at the end of the spot welding cycle. Fit the extractor with appropriate spindle and proceed with traction. On termination, remove the spot welded stud or washer by grinding. Traction with waved wire. Fit the gun with appropriate electrode. Switch on the machine and set the waved wire function, the sheet thickness, the spot welding time, recommended value, default value. Spot weld the waved wire, holding it with a hand or using the optional magnetic positioner. Insert a single coupling in the end of the extractor and proceed with traction. For extensive repair use the optional multi-coupling starting with 4 to 10 pins. Lastly, remove the waved wire by grinding or by twisting it with a clamp. Upsetting operations. Fit the gun with appropriate electrode. Switch on the machine and set the upsetting function, the sheet thickness. Proceed with spot welding, applying a certain amount of pressure on the dent. Spot welding time is defined by the operator. These operations are used to flatten sheets with localized deformation towards the exterior, or deformation caused by star washer traction. Heating and tempering operations. Fit the gun with a carbon electrode. Switch on the machine and set the heating function, the sheet thickness. Work on the operating area from the outside to the inside, moving in a concentric spiral. The operator decides the time taken. Heating the sheet will allow it to return to its original position for shallow dents. To carry out tempering, continue with abrupt cooling using water. Spot welding operations on one side only. Single tip electrode. Fit the gun with appropriate electrode. Switch on the machine and set the spot welding on one side function, the sheet thickness, the spot welding time, recommended value, default value. Place the cleaned, grease and paint-free metal plate on the dent. Proceed with spot welding. Half moon electrode. Fit the gun with appropriate electrode. Switch on the machine and set the half moon spot welding function, the sheet thickness. Proceed with the patch operating on the edge of the metal plate. Intermittent spot welding with intervals determined by the power source. These operations are used for reconstruction using metal plate fillers. Fastening screws and rivets. Fit the gun with appropriate electrode. Rivets and screws have different electrodes. Switch on the machine and set the heating function, the sheet thickness, the spot welding time, recommended value, default value. Proceed with spot welding. C-clamp. Connect the various clamp cables. Switch on the machine and select the material thickness, maximum 1.5 plus 1.5 mm, the spot welding time, recommended default time. Clean the working area and proceed to spot welding. The clamp is for use on limited working areas and should not be used continuously.